but I'm just recording in progress. So we'll call this the start of the meeting. Happy New Year. Great to see everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yay. We've got Rach, Azzy and Dunn up on a mountain in Castlemaine, significant to the kickoff of the Eureka Stockade, which according to Lincoln was a whole lot of Australians who got drunk with guns and somebody and the English came and killed them or something. Edgar, great to see you on his Banksia Gardens internet, and Happy New Year. Bo in Reza in full swing. Have I missed it? And Josephine and Rumi are over here and looking good.
Ooh.
Rumi.
Yo.
He's skeptical about the process.
About the process.
Skeptical.
So this is the January 26th AGM for the Big Tree. The significance of this particular meeting is that some board members have stepped down and some new ones are stepping up. So it's a pretty clerical, straightforward exchange of names for that process. But what it enables us to do is exchange some of the signatories to the Bank Australia bank account, which is
because we will need minutes of this AGM to give to the bank to demonstrate we need to change the board and the signatories.
That's right. So this recording will constitute the minutes and I'll type them up into text after the meeting. So we've got the attendees that I've just named as part of the meeting. The apologies are Geordie Easton and Phil Hannon, who are the two incoming board members who've nominated, and also Rach Goldlust has also nominated. So, Bo, do you want to nominate, or did you hadn't quite decided last time I talked with you?
Not at the moment, Benny. I've got a bit too much on my plate.
Sure, no worries.
Yeah.
There'll still be just as much opportunity to be involved or not. So no worries at all. So the new board will be Lincoln, Ben, Rach, Geordie Easton and Phil Hannon, which is wonderful. Outgoing members are Jane Burns, Edgar Caballero. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Caballero.
And Annika, aka Summer Hayes. Can't remember her surname. Josephine, currently secretary, could stay on, or are you outgoing? Josephine's going to stay on.
Silent member.
She's calling herself a silent
You're
member.
not that silent sometimes.
I'm not putting that in the minutes.
Way too often you're not silent.
She's only silent when it suits. So, in terms of the exchange of the names, I'd like to pose a motion that the outgoing members are replaced by the new going members. Can someone second that motion?
I'll do it. I'll second it.
Very good.
Great. Okay.
Second.
And Edgar will third it. So consider that passed, and we'll make the administrative changes and contact Bank Australia and ASIC and change the names on the registrar for the cooperative, which is great. So can we have a round of applause, please?
Bravo.
Hey, great job, everyone. That was a huge administrative leap, and it means that now that we've done that, we can legally raise invoices and request people pay deposits, so we can start squirreling away some funds to build our empire, to purchase our land, which is excellent. There's a couple of other things in that regard that have come up. We were going to work with Practical Ecology's finance,
Our bookkeeper.
their bookkeeper Donna, but Donna quit a job last year or moved on to a different job, and it's been replaced by another finance person. But I'm tending towards suggesting that we manage our finances in-house this year, just to be able to manage new incoming people and just to set up our own bookkeeping, which I think will be better in the long run rather than outsourcing it and needing to keep another party up to date. We'll be able to do that throughout the year. But yeah, we'll certainly be able to call on the new bookkeeper for advice and a bit of guidance if need be. But I think it's not beyond us to set up our own online finance system.
And I'll weigh in as a nominated treasurer. We won't have that many transactions to begin with, like maybe 100 for the first year, and that's easy enough to do in this Excel spreadsheet, or even a physical two column account book.
Yeah. So at late last year, after we had a big push in spring last year to do face-to-face gatherings and really rally up some momentum behind it, and also to put our hands up to see who's ready to lay down a deposit. We had 10 people confirm that they're ready to receive a deposit invoice, but that was not too much of a push. So I didn't chase people individually or be in personal contact. That was just a group email to say, are you ready? Yes or no. So that's I think it's a positive indication. I think if we push it, we've probably got more like 15 people who are going to put down deposits, and others in the wings. I think it'll be once we've all started to put down deposits, we'll be able to profile ourselves as members. Paying a deposit is sort of an indication that you're in, and we'll be able to put our faces up on the website, or just start to form the real group. So that will be a great impetus for others to jump on board and realize that it's happening. So I think we're good in terms of our March deadline. I think we're pushing it. I think we're looking more like spring, but I don't think we necessarily need to make a big announcement that we're putting it back, because it feels like a bit of a drawback or a backward step. So I think we'll just keep pushing on with the things that we are able to do, which is change the names on the Bank Australia account, contact ASIC to say we've got a new change of board members, issue the invoices to the people who said yes, reach out to the people who are haven't said yes but are inclined to do so, and then see where we're at. And what does everyone else think? That's all.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, Benny.
Shut up and take my money.
Hey! You need a t-shirt.
How many times I need to say it? Jason, send me a fucking invoice.
It ain't that easy though. We're getting there though. We're getting there. We are getting there. In the meantime, Lincoln has been out to check out another block for us. Good on you, Lincoln. Tell us about it.
Now somebody I might have shared this with you. It's Matchbox Road up near Benalla. And I know on one of our meetings we talked about having a kind of template about the questions, and then documents and photos attached to properties. So I have all that information, but I'll work with Ben to get it online. And that's probably the other thing to work on in general, is that to start putting information about possible properties, so we can, us members can kind of start to look at them together, even if we don't all go out and look at them. Anyway, back to Matchbox Road. It's quite an interesting one. It's about 2.5 hours from Reservoir, so it's a little bit further, but it actually is on a river. Like, it's a river about a creek, 3 meters wide, it's 0.5 meter deep when I was there, and it's totally surrounded by public land. And the center bit of the block, it's kind of, and then there's a big mountain behind it, and it's all been there's a big, probably about 10 acres of trees with open grass underneath, and then an old bush cabin with like 10 bunks, like a dirt floor, 10 bunks, kitchen, all bush logs. So it's all kind of rough bush logs and gal iron.
Sounds great.
It is, and
Sounds
it's
great.
not that comfortable though. But the drawback, in a sense, is there next to it, there's a property with a house and a small piggery, that I identified the people online through a community newsletter who own both the block being sold and that piggery. And basically an older local farming family. So the
What
drawback,
number? Do you remember what number Matchbox Road, Lincoln?
it's kind of confusing to figure it out because the block doesn't have a residence, so it doesn't have a number, but it's like a triangular block with if you look at Matchbox Road, the south end, and then there's only one bit of public land south of it that has the house and the piggery. But it's a pretty small piggery, like basically maybe 100 meters long by 20 wide. It's not a big building at all. And I kind of know it's a piggery because I found the reference in the community newsletter, and found a picture of the couple who owns it, and they say piggery owners. I forget their name, but their name is on the title of the land being sold.
So I think the Geordie, who's also coming onto the board, is also very enthusiastic about building a framework about how do we decide which property we purchase. And Lincoln and Geordie will be great to build that tick box kind of framework. And also we've got a Google Drive share drive where we can park a whole lot of folders and documents, S32s, aerial maps and so on, and details about each of these properties as they come up. The key will be to get our process really accurate so that when we've got the money, we can make a pretty straightforward purchase, and we'll know what features we're looking for, what constitutes a yes and a no. This particular one's got the next door neighbors quite close. The ones around the piggery are close to it. So it'd, even though it sounds like a fantastic block, that'd probably veto us, depending on who the neighbors are. But being that close to the neighbors is probably a veto. So in the framework, that would have to sort of be evident.
And it's another good example. The road on the property is actually in quite good nick. There's a road off a track off a public road, but currently it goes across the creek, and you couldn't even get a 4-wheel drive across the creek because it's got like a meter deep, like a meter edge along the creek. So you look at it and go, well, we'd have to build something pretty resilient to get it, like a culvert and a bridge across that creek.
Yeah,
but at least the tracking otherwise is in good nick.
Great. So we'll get that framework and that process underway so that any other properties that anyone views during the year, they can quite quickly feed in photos, information, maps, and fill out the framework to say, got good road access, 2-wheel drive's okay, neighbors are this far away, it's got rivers, yes or no, it's this distance. So everyone will be able to do the scouting without everyone actually doing it. So if you know what I mean. We've only got 7 minutes left on this meeting before this meeting closes, but I think that's okay. A couple of other announcements. One of them is Ben, Josephine, and Rumi are moving to New Zealand for 12 months in March, from March to March, which is significant, but hopefully not going to put the brakes on the Big Tree. So we've got good internet. We're going to be living up in Kerry. If anyone's in New Zealand, please come and visit. It's 3.5 hours north of Auckland, the windowless north, same latitude as Sydney, so it's bit subtropical. But and we've got a place for everybody to stay if you want to come over. But it means that I'll be online a lot more than in person this year, and but I still don't think that's going to slow down the contribution to the process. We're leaving on March 10th. I'm wondering if the Castlemaine Festival and Castlemaine Idol and that weekend is before March 10th. Do you guys know?
Hang on, say what?
No, Idle is
Idle's on the
18th and Castlemaine big event is on the
You should
25th.
go for March. You should leave in April.
You should leave in April, sis.
Justin got a job. Oh, how stupid.
Oh,
Work from home the first month?
Starts in Feb. We're going on the 11th. We've already got the flights. So the Castlemaine gathering could still go ahead without me, but I really want to come. That's disappointing. But anyway,
But that's why we're saying, what's the thing in February for the
The
Red Hill?
25th of March is the big street party that we're putting on for Fringe. That'd be a good weekend for people to come up.
okay, and there is we talked about having a space for the Big Tree to camp up there. There might be
Yeah,
tents.
I didn't ask the I'll ask the land care if they can camp across the road. If everyone can camp across the road from my house.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hit them up, see what they say.
I'll update you via the messenger link.
Great, and you can live stream us in from New Zealand as special guests.
I have a friend who's a slumlord up there. I'll see if he's got space on his land.
Everyone loves a slumlord.
Come and camp on the monster site. No one's here.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds
If
good.
there are any events in February that Big Tree enthusiasts might like to come to, yeah, let us know because I want to come.
Yeah, no, you should just come.
Tomorrow's a good day.
Tomorrow, just drop everything.
Going to disco. But,
Okay.
but Josephine can come. Come, Josephine.
Yeah.
Come visit.
Yay! So yeah, hopefully there's another Big Tree event in Feb. We'll be in touch. If anything comes up, let us know, everybody. If not, it's party on, Wayne.
Great AGM.
Great AGM. Love it. Basic, straight to the point. We gotta walk. We got
Yeah,
appointments.
great. Has anyone else got anything to chuck into the meeting, or are we all good?
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Right. Good
Minutes
to
from last.
see you guys.
AGM.
Oh, Az is such a pro.
We have to
I just
do
want to
that.
remind everyone of one thing that I've learned in my career. Good things take time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Our
keep our eye on the
money.
ball, but be patient.
Yay.
Not too much time though. We're not gonna drag this out. I like Bo's approach.
I agree
Keep
with
the
this too.
momentum
I'm
up.
just saying good things take time.
Yeah.
So don't get too impatient either.
I'm
So-
up for that. I'm up for the good things take time. Yeah.
So I'm on Bo's side. Let's make it happen.
Yeah,
So,
I agree too. I'm just
bit of both. All right. Good on you guys. Take it easy.
Thank you.
you.
Happy New
See you
Year.
soon.
See you soon.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
You're quick and